Starting a new business is all about timing, striking when the market is hot, right? But what about setting up shop when the market is in a downward spiral? Well, our next guest says this is the best time. He's helped over 100 companies stay up in a down market. Welcome, Ari Zoldan, Quantum Communications founder and CEO. Thanks for being here.
Great to be here.
So, the obvious question, why in a down market why is it better in a down market than an up market?
Actually, it's a great time to start in a down market. Obviously, we see what's going on today, and it's not pretty. There is enormous opportunities in a downward market because timing is critical when you're starting a new business. You got to be able to work out all the kinks while starting a new company, and you don't want to do it when the market is hot. Second thing is resources are going to be significantly cheaper in a down market, so whether you're going to hire web people, technologists, researchers, lock them in now.
Okay, talk to me about resources and labor, for example. We're fortunate. We have a kind of a weakening economy, but the labor market seems to be still strong. Are you seeing that? Are people still paying for workers?
People are paying for workers. People are getting very nervous. They're trying to hold on to their jobs as well. But if you have a startup and you are an entrepreneur, trying to lock into those people now is a great opportunity.
Where are the best opportunities right now? Is it tech, or is it manufacturing, or is it services like a restaurant?
I think technology. We've been promoting WiMAX, which is a Wi-Fi on speed, if you will. Lots of opportunities in a lot of the rural countries around the world.
You mentioned that in a down market it might be easier to borrow money. You know, I have a couple of friends who are looking to start new businesses right now. What they're finding is that they're running into bankers that don't want to take risky loans, and obviously a startup is fairly risky. When does that change? Is that happening now?
There actually is a lot of capital out there that people aren't aware of. There are banks lending. Interest rates are very, very low right now. The Small Business Association, and if you go to the SBA.gov, you can find a lot of information out there. Despite popular opinion, there is a lot of capital out there for small businesses and entrepreneurs to tap into.
This is really good. Can you give me one or two other ways besides SBA.gov that small business? I want to start a business. Where can I go besides that?
I would say friends and family if you're trying to raise money. Credit cards if your interest rates are low. Those would probably be the two places that I would go if you're looking for seed capital for the entrepreneur.
Okay, say 100 companies or so you've advised.
Correct.
What are your favorites?
We like Verizon. We like Global Crossing. We like Quest.
No. I mean, I want small business. Who's doing it right? The small business that's starting in a down market.
Anybody that has a niche. If you got a good product, if you have great management, the sector doesn't matter at all. As long as you create a niche for yourself, you will be successful.
And how does a small business compete with the big dogs in the space? How does a small guy, a small restaurant, compete with the McDonald's, or a small coffee shop compete with Starbucks?
You got to carve a niche for yourself. Carve a niche, find out what the people are demanding, and go for it.
Do you consult any coffee shops by any chance?
We do not, although I drink a lot of coffee.
That's because I'm trying to figure out, is the slowing economy going to drive people away from higher end and towards the lower priced?
I think at the end of the day, everything is driven by quality. If you have good quality, people will you'll be attracted to it.
Okay, so I'm a startup, right? I have a good idea. What's my next step?
I would say you got to put together a very concise business plan. You got to go out there and find the proper management that has experience that can go out there and help build a business. You want to try to get some seed capital into your company. You can go to friends and family. You could tap into New York. You could tap into the SBA funds. And then from there, you want to slowly build your company organically.
Are you seeing a push in tech? In other words, basically you can set up a shop anywhere and talk about the internet. Is that where the real opportunity is going forward?
We think so. Technology is great. It's changing. If you're smart, you're intelligent, you can get ahead of the curve, and you can always create new markets within technology. We love technology. You know,
I put together a small business once, and it was a website. I was amazed at how comfortable people were doing business with each other. They're helping hands everywhere. We'll help you do this. We'll help you build that. You come on our site. We'll come on your site. That's counterintuitive. I grew up knowing that business was cutthroat, and apparently in the internet age, there's more friendships going on and networking. You
100%.
see that?
Entrepreneurs tend to gravitate towards each other. I always say that either people have an entrepreneur gene or they don't. other entrepreneurs are interested in helping each other out. So whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, Plaxo, people are interested in helping other people out.
That's a good point. Do you do any advertising on Facebook? Do you put yourself out there?
Tons. Social networking is a massive, massive component today in marketing. You can build a company organically, small, using a lot of social networking tools.
Ari, thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Great to be here. Thank you.
On deck.